Dvijahh. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel if you've landed here for the very first time. Alright, today we will be reacting to Top 10 Philippines Dream Destination. Wow. Dream destination. You only dream about. Absolutely no. We are working very hard and soon I will be there on my dream destinations. Hell yes. This is a call to the universe. Secret. I want to go there. Come on. We need to be helped. I need to be helped. Okay, but this video is done by LeBlanc. LeBlanc just makes me remember Joey because his real name is Matt LeBlanc. Sorry. I really like Friends and I really love Joey, so it just comes hand in hand. I don't know. But yeah, he says, I traveled the Philippines 4 months and this is my top 10 list. This should be your next destination, and for that I have a full guide. Okay, so he has a little bit more of information. 5 hot tips to that, lost merch, and travel guide, and blah blah blah. Thank you so much, LeBlanc, for letting us know this. If virtually too we couldn't watch any of this, if we can watch any of this, my meaning is all because of you guys have made such amazing beautiful vlogs that we can watch virtually. Hopefully with the naked eyes very soon. But before that, I hope you have subscribed to my channel and click the notification bell right next to it so you don't miss out any further updates. You can also follow me on my Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. All the links will be in the description box. If you want a shout out, I've been seeing a lot of comments that you want a shout out, but if you want a shout out, you have to become my patron. The link again is in the description box. You also unleash a lot of different benefits from it, but then again you have to check it out for yourself if you want to choose and what you want to choose and how you want to support me, and it means a lot if you can. Also, we have a membership now on YouTube, and that gives you a lot more different perks than Patreon. So again, the link is going to be in the description box. You also get a shout out, you get your personalized badges, emoticons, personal chats, live streams, connecting on socials, and the list is on. But for yourself, you have to go down and see it for yourself. And yeah, last thing. Shout out to our patrons, Bondo and John Kim Dreeves. Thank you so much for supporting me, and I'll make sure I give you the best content I can. Okay, let's get started. Top 10 Philippines Dream Destination. This is, the whole name has gravitas in it. The whole name has gravitas. You know, I love it. Just wanna, have you ever seen this series on Netflix called Lock and Key? It's a pretty good series. It's fun. It's kind of light but heavy at the same time, and it's like fantasy and a little thrilling and stuff like that. I love thrillers. I love fantasy. I love suspense, and it's kind of similar to that. I've only seen season 1. I think Netflix does not have season 2 yet, but it's a beautiful series. I really enjoy it personally, and it has thing like, they have an anywhere key where every door they just think where they want to go. They have the key, and once you open the door, you're at this place. So I really hope I had the key or I had Doraemon. I don't know. So I could just like go there right now. I would just go there. I would wear my swimsuit and just like dive in. So suddenly I am in Philippines. Not happening. This is real life. Wake up. so I'm like, see. Okay. Anyway, at least you can see I'm thankful for that. Virtually. Play.
Get ready to be taken on a tropical journey through the most beautiful destination that I've come across in all my 3 years of travel.
At this.
This right here is the Philippines. Having spent almost 4.5 months, 3 separate visits in the country, I've seen and done a lot of things here. And because of my recent trip here, it was time to update my top 10 to the Philippines.
Let's go.
2.0 version.
2.0
Strap yourself
version.
in and get ready for what will be your next tropical adventure, the Philippines. Let's hop right into number 10, Cresta De Gallo. This is going to be an island that 95% of you have never heard of before.
I don't think I have.
Because, well, it's probably just about the hardest island you can ever try to get to. I spent about 3 days of travel just to get here. There were no given routes. You basically had to completely wing it and just show up, hope that everything would work out. But one of the great things about traveling to the Philippines is that the locals will stop what they're doing in a heartbeat to try to help you out. So getting around, even the off the beaten path kind of places,
so much love in the
is still
Philippines,
possible
right?
here. But you really need to want this. So why should you go out of your way to find Cresta De Gallo?
Oh my god.
Well, I think the drone shots will speak for themselves. When you show up on this island, you feel like you're on Castaway.
Oh
you feel
my
like you're
god.
stranded in the middle of nowhere.
And I want
Might as
to
well
do
start
that.
screaming Wilson because there ain't no one coming. We were fortunate enough that day
I love
to
that.
have the sun on our side, and we got a remarkable sunset.
I
We
really
watched it
love
on
me
this
times
narrow
like
white
that.
sand
I have
beach.
been
Cresta De Gallo
a person.
is for those who are willing to go the extra 1,000 miles to see true beauty.
Please, I'm
Now,
okay
let's
with
move on
that.
to number 9. Number 9 is one that most of you know very well and have seen on your Instagram as it's currently blowing up, and that is beautiful El Nido.
Yes, I've
El
seen
Nido
this
is one
before.
of the
El
most
Nido.
talked about destinations in all of the Philippines, and with that being said, that's why it's not making the top 3 and not even the top 5. I'm putting it all the way at number 9 because right now El Nido is facing a very well-deserved tourism boom. This place
Okay,
is
fair
Avatar
enough.
meets your craziest dream. Incredible,
Aw.
dramatic limestone mountains just jutting out of emerald blue waters.
I'm
It
gonna
really
cry.
makes no sense
So
how
beautiful.
everything that's beautiful is in one place. But that is what El Nido is all about. El Nido is particularly well known for its island tours. You've got Tour A, which is probably the most popular, where you get to see Small Lagoon, you get to see Big Lagoon. Out of my 3
Okay.
trips to the Philippines, I've been to El Nido every single time, 3 years in a row.
Wow.
And I've seen that constant increase in tourism. If you're in a large enough group, my recommendation is to actually just rent out your own private boat. The big advantage to that is that you don't need to follow the path that everyone else is following.
Okay,
And one of the
yeah.
great things of having your own private group is that you can call the
Of course, it's brilliant. It stopped again. Someone called me and that was a spam call, as usual. I don't know if you follow K-dramas and if you watch this. Why am I saying dramas in this video? But if you have seen this drama called Penthouse, I'm obsessed right now. I just finished 2nd season and I can't wait for 3rd season. I just wanted to speak like how weird. Oh my god, okay. How dare you call me? And we're gonna return. Hopefully we can sync it well.
islands and make your own adventures. After seeing Small
That's
Lagoon,
better,
we actually asked
right?
our driver just to take us to a private island. We had lunch on this island, pretty much just us and another boat. Overall,
Wow.
that was for me the best way to enjoy El Nido. But one warning is that you might miss out on the social atmosphere that can happen when you have a great tour group.
That's
I've also had
fine.
one of my best ever dives here in El Nido. I saw barracuda, sea turtle, I believe I saw a seahorse, a bunch of other incredible marine life. This was
Wow.
definitely a remarkable diving spot. There's one other thing that you cannot miss if you go to El Nido, and that is the beach called Nakpan, the most
Nakpan.
beautiful beach in the entire world. Number 8 is the
Oh my
island
God.
of Bohol. Bohol is one of the most diverse islands you will see.
Wow.
High-end hotels, hostels, everything is here in Bohol, and that is one of the reasons I love it so much. Whether you want to spend your day on the beach or go and explore the beautiful Chocolate Hills, there's so much
Chocolate
that you can
Hills,
see down here.
hey!
Not to
Which of
mention
my
this is
berries
home to one of the
have
most
been living
creatures
there?
you'll ever
Let me
come
know.
across.
Chocolate
It looks
Hills.
like a monkey that had a baby with an alien. It's called a tarsier. They're very, very nervous. Do not use a loud voice. Be very quiet. Otherwise, they literally could drop dead from a heart attack. I'm not joking. There are 2 main parts
Oh
of
my
Bohol.
god,
There is
okay, I've
Anza,
heard of
which
them
is in the
though.
north,
It's so
and
cute.
I thought it was beautiful. I really loved this blue hole we found, but I gotta say, the beach up in the north, when I was there a year and a half ago, was very dirty. Hopefully they've taken care of that. And in the more southern tip of the island, you have Alona Beach, and this is probably
Alona.
where I would recommend you stay. All sorts of different
Okay.
hotels and accommodations.
Wow.
Pretty good food, pretty good nightlife, and it's a great place to start your day trip if you're gonna be doing the Tarsier Chocolate Hill day trip. That can all be done
I
in
want
one day.
to.
It's one of my favorite day trips that I've ever had. Now, number 7 is definitely for all you lovers out there. This is the secret hideout of Palawan.
Okay,
Port Barton
Palawan.
is in between El Nido and Puerto Princesa.
Port
And it's only
Barton.
about a 4-hour drive away from El Nido. It's definitely one of my recommended places for you if you're the kind of person that wants to relax, that wants to have a romantic retreat and do a whole lot of
Oh.
nothing. How I best describe Port Barton is candlelit dinners on the beach and lights out by like 9 p.m. There's a couple
Aw.
bars on the beach, so it's not to say everything's
I'll just
shut
go
down.
alone and have a
Unfortunately,
dinner
my
with
time there was
myself.
very limited, and I did not get to do the island hopping tour, but I've heard it's one of the better ones, so definitely try and check that out.
Okay.
There's also known to be a lot of sea turtles in this area, so do a bit of snorkeling, and you may very well encounter yourself with one of those.
But don't you
bears.
need a license to do snorkeling?
Alright, for number 6, I'm actually going to do a 2-part because these 2 islands are very
Okay.
close by and they would definitely make an incredible trip. But let's start it off by talking a little bit about Tablas, a place that is literally so
Tablas.
unknown that I have to say I feel a little bit proud that I even found it.
Wow.
Tablas is a dormant but beautiful island. It's made for you to explore. bring your friend, get a scooter, and go explore this island because it has so much to offer. Incredible white sand beaches, beautiful sunsets. You will find it all here in the island of Tablas. And one of my major finds on this island here was this resort right here named Footprints. If you're going to Tablas, they are my #1 recommendation.
Footprints.
Now, just a short 1-hour boat ride away from Tablas is the island of Romblon. And on Romblon is one of the most beautiful beaches I've ever seen. This is Bonbon.
Everything is so beautiful. I don't think one is topping each other one. I think all of them are they stand alone equally.
It's actually not that hard to get here. Even though these two islands are definitely off the main tourist path, they are actually super easy to get to. I flew direct Manila to Tablas in like 1 hour and 10 minutes using Cebu Pacific. And Cebu Pacific is the #1 airline in the country. They were my go-to airline for my travels across the Philippines. And the awesome thing is they even fly internationally to places like Seoul, Hong Kong, Singapore, Bangkok, and even Australia.
Oh, look at
I
this.
Definitely recommend taking a bit of a wild card on your next trip and trying out these two islands. Number 5 is the extremely underrated Dumaguete. And I've actually had the pleasure of going to Dumaguete on 2 separate occasions. And the great thing about Dumaguete is not necessarily Dumaguete itself, but what surrounds it. It has Apo Island, which literally means Sea Turtle Island. It has Siquijor Island, which is a remarkable voodoo witchcraft island that has slowly become more popular by tourism. It's also relatively close to one of my favorite discoveries in the entire
I really want to go then.
Known as Manjuyut Sandbar, or as I tried to coin it, the Maldives of the Philippines.
Oh.
And there's one particularly great day trip in Dumaguete, that is Casanova Falls. Now, I just name-dropped a ton of places, and that's probably a little overwhelming, but the great thing is I've actually created an entire travel video guide for the Philippines, so if you're curious about that, I have a free preview to the guide down below. It covers everything you could possibly need to know, everything from safety, transportation, hotels, the best must-see hidden gems, and it'll definitely give you a great head start.
That's it. That's all I can say.
I put my heart and soul and everything that I learned over my past 3 trips to the Philippines into this one guide so that you can make the most of it. So definitely go check that out. Number 4 is Bontion Island. One of the islands I love most in the entire world. This is like Boracay before Boracay blew up. Bontion's not exactly the easiest island in the world to get to, but the slight challenges that come with getting there are 100% worth it. That seems to be a trend here. The more you put into getting there, the more you're going to enjoy it. And typically it also means the less people that will be there. And if you're like myself, it's great to have a beautiful white sand beach to just yourself and have...
We don't skip. I swear, I do prefer a me time. I'm not a person who really likes a lot of people in general as well. I like to stay alone a little bit more. I like to have my time, and being at such beautiful nature, beautiful place alone or with just like 1 or 2 people you love the most is the best thing you can do. For me at least, rather than taking a whole lot of group and going there, because you also take there a lot of noise at that time, I feel, because of course there are more people, it's more carbon dioxide and just a lot of more people like talking. When you're alone, you just have that healing time, you know, you realize a lot of things. I always feel like the nature is so beautiful when you see it, you see a sunset, you see a sunrise. And I've said this before, I have gone to a study trip when I was in my bachelor's, since I was a zoology student, so we were taken to a island again. Hopefully, I wish at that time I was doing YouTube, I would have taken everything into account, because I only have memories right now, which is more than enough. But I wish I could have created those memories like on a camera, so that I could rewatch it and the whole world could as well. At least my babies could watch it. I'm just upset I couldn't do that at that time. But we had a beach. There was nobody else on the island. It was just all of us, the students, the teacher, the person who lives there. He was actually a scientist. He has been shown on a National Geographic channel a lot as well. He was really overwhelming and beautifully overwhelming at that time. Though we didn't have any, we didn't have like a charger or anything like that. And a lot of things we did not have that you can have when you go to a good resort or something like that. It was pure nature and us, and every time we see those things right in front of our eyes, like there's this hut over here, and then where you guys are right now, there is the beach. Okay, that's it. It's calm, it's just quiet, the beach sound, the sun, you, and healing. That's it. We learned a lot because we saw so many varieties of species and stuff like that. It was amazing. It was so amazing to learn everything, but also I can take like a whole hour to talk about that trip. I'll just wind it up as fast as I can. But I loved that so much. Like, that just felt so emotional. There you learn about yourself. I don't know how to describe this, but if you have ever gone to a place like this, you just know there's this emotional connection when you are in. We went to the beach, like in the beach, and we saw the sunrise from like the eye level. I don't think after like those 5 days were the best days, one of the best trips I've ever had. And we did not have AC, we did not have a bed to sleep, we did not even have a sleeping bag because they didn't tell us that we are going to go to a place like this. So we are not prepared, basically. We didn't get to take baths there. No, we did not have water to drink properly. But they just wanted us to like live in that kind of atmosphere. The first day was really hard on all of us. But the last day, we didn't want to go back. We didn't want to go back. So it's just, I just see this and I can I can try to feel what I would feel if I was there. Insane. That's it. Breathtaking. Play.
Full of other people.
So I would be completely fine if there are not a lot of people. We were like 15, 16 people. So
you'll definitely want to rent a motorbike because the island will probably take you as much as like 5 to 6 hours just to go around.
Okay.
It is definitely a full day trip just to scratch the surface of this island. The people of the Philippines are extremely kind, and it doesn't matter what road you follow down. Typically, they always greet you with a massive smile, and don't be afraid to pull over and actually have a conversation with them. I remember in Bontion, stopping at a random little market and just sitting down and having a beer with a few of the guys. Even though there was a bit of a language barrier, they really appreciated me making the effort to talk to them, and for me, it was one of the highlights of my entire day. So definitely try and make friends with the locals. A couple of the notable locations on the island are this abandoned building here, right on the water, and in typical Philippines nature, we have got some incredible blue water with the saturation on full boost. It's definitely a very relaxing island, so enjoy a world-class sunset in one of my favorite islands in the entire world. Alright, we are now heading up to the podium. The bronze medal, number 3, is going to Badian. Nothing but beautiful blue water that's formed its way through the rocks. You could do some incredible cliff jumps into the canyon. The water has even eroded away at some of the rock, and it's made for some crazy water slides that go right into the refreshing waters.
This is the place where Juicy Blog went, right?
But there's actually a cherry on top, and that is at the very end of the canyon. You arrive at what is the greatest waterfall that I think I've ever seen. This right here is Kawasan Falls, also known as the Gatorade Factory.
It was.
Weather dependent, when you visit, the bluest of waters will be flowing into this little area at the very end, and this is the result. It's definitely becoming a bit more of a mainstream destination. So try to coordinate and figure out the low times to visit.
True.
But even if you have to share it with other people, this is still an unforgettable experience. Now,
Just
most people would celebrate if they got a silver medal, if they made the podium, but Karan, please don't cry. You're still extremely beautiful. Number 2 is going to the dreamy island
I'm gonna
of
subscribe.
Look at these drone cliffs. Look at these lagoons. Look at this water. It is very similar to what you saw in El Nido, but the remarkable thing about Karan is that it's not as busy as El Nido. So everything that was great about El Nido is here, but with less tourism.
People.
Only 2 of the 11 lakes on the island are accessible to the public. Not even the locals can swim in those other 9 sacred lakes. There's a lot of
secret lakes.
And there's even said to be a giant octopus that swims in these waters. So always be looking behind you when you're in the lagoons. There are 3 main things.
I'm not going to go.
And the first 2 can be done in one day trip.
I'm scared.
There's actually a shipwreck and Pass Island day tour where you start off the day by free diving into a sunken Japanese warship if you can hold your breath long enough. And secondly, you end off your day here at Pass Island, one of the most beautiful islands that I think I've ever seen. Nothing but beautiful white sand beaches surrounded by cerulean blue waters and a whole lot of nothing to do. They even had an island wiener dog. That was definitely the cherry on top of Pass Island. And the third thing that everyone will end up doing if they go to Karan is, of course, the lagoon tour. The lagoons here are out of this world. There's many island tours that are offered, but the one that I took me to these beautiful lagoons. It took me to the incredible Kalagaman Lake, and they even showed us a secret lake where we had to swim under one of the rock structures to access. If the weather is right, you will never be able to find something more beautiful than this.
Oh my god.
Now,
what
guys,
type of weather do you suggest to
who
go?
has pushed Karan off of the #1 spot in last year's top 10? Drum roll, please. Number 1 goes to the unbelievable island of Siargao. Siargao, also known
We
as
have to
Cloud
react to
9,
this.
surfer's
We
paradise.
had to react to
Right
this.
off of the ocean, you're getting incredible waves crashing in on the shore.
Wow.
This is actually where I had my first ever real successful surfing day. And for me, it was
Oh.
a very rewarding experience.
Look at that.
My nipples were a little chafed, but we're not going to get into that. And luckily, the surfing is just scratching the surface. There is so much that you can do here in Siargao. There's some great hostels,
Oh my God.
some amazing hotels, and they even have 6-star resorts like Dead on Island Resort. This is a truly world-class luxury experience.
Wow.
There's the
You need to
Emerald
have money
Green
for that,
Supa
though.
Lagoon.
This
The
is
incredible
itself
rock
is fine. I can just
Mago
stay
Pool.
there.
Probably didn't say that right, but we're gonna move on. And the awesome thing is, Siargao is just one island that's surrounded by other beautiful islands. There's Naked Island, which, by the way, it's probably frowned upon to be naked there. There's Guyam Island, and several others that will all be fit into your island hopping tour, so that's for you to explore and find out. And it's actually becoming
Wow.
a lot easier to get here. You can actually fly direct now from Manila using Cebu Pacific, and you get
Oh,
there
yeah.
in like an hour and 45.
This sponsored? No?
Good nightlife,
Maybe?
chilled vibes, all in one place. This is Siargao, and that is the reason it is my number 1
Oh.
must-see place in the Philippines.
I
That is
will.
the top 10 to the Philippines. I hope
Yo,
it helps you with
that's
your
swag.
upcoming trip, and if you are coming, then you'll definitely want to check out my free preview to my 5 hot tips to the Philippines.
Wow.
It'll be a great head start for you on your trip.
Just wow.
Look no further, check the link in the bio, and if you're new to my channel here, I would invite you to become part of Team Get Lost by hitting that subscribe button. So guys,
I am
without
going
further ado,
to.
let's get lost again in the next one.
I'm going to. Subscribed. Oh my god. This was insane. I think so, yeah. I think it was Cebu Pacific being a part of this incredible project. Yeah, sponsored, I think so. But oh, what even? This is nuts. Oh, it just makes me want to go there so much more. Like, you know, if you're craving, you watch a mukbang. This is the same thing. I'm craving Philippines, I'm watching the vlogs. This looks so insane. Hopefully we can get that thing so that we can go to a lot of different places. Of course, I'm not looking for anyone who sponsors me. I'm hardly at 65,000 subscribers yet, so we have a long way to go on that, but I'm gonna work my best, and I just want to see it. I'm just so down for it. Oh my god, I can't wait for it, to be frank. I don't know when that day will come, but hopefully soon. Yes, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, berries. Love you. Thank you so much for watching.